Hello YouTube, W Fan 2 back here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing the video on AEW Dynamite's best moments for tonight, which is September 9th, 2020, and tonight's AEW Dynamite was pretty good. It was definitely better than last week's AEW Dynamite. You can check out the AEW Dynamite's best moments for last week's. It wasn't too good, but it also wasn't too bad. And definitely this week's AEW Dynamite was way better than last week's, just in my opinion. So first up, we have Matt Hardy announcing an update, or basically just Matt Hardy making an update. He basically just said that he is okay, but he's going to have some time off in the ring. I know he's wearing a Monday Night Rollins shirt, but that's the closest shirt to I have a full black shirt. So, yeah, Matt Hardy announced that he was okay. And, yeah, that was basically the Matt Hardy update. He said a few words. But, yeah, Matt Hardy said he was okay. But he still has to wait a little bit until he gets back into the ring. So yeah, Matt Hardy's not okay, which is awesome. But we do have to wait a little bit for Matt Hardy to actually wrestle. Because, obviously, if you know the botch that happened at AEW All Out, which happened last week, he fell head first into the concrete. So thankfully Matt Hardy's okay, but we still gotta wait till for a little bit so he can like get back in the ring. I forgot what I was gonna say. So yeah, like I said, Matt Hardy, he's okay, but we gotta wait a bit until he starts wrestling again. Let's get on to the next moment. Alright, so the next moment, or the next thing in AEW Best Moments for tonight's AEW Dynamite is going to be this little random segment that happened backstage. The Tyler Breeze and Shawn Michaels are supposed to be the Young Bucks, and then the Daniel Bryan figure is supposed to be Alex Marvez, which I think that's what his name is. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Alex Marvez, an AEW staff member / AEW announcer or something. So yeah, he went to interview the Young Bucks after what happened at AEW All Out between Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and the Elite. He went to interview them. He knocked on the Young Bucks' door backstage. The Young Bucks did not answer, so then Alex Marvez turned around and said, well, the interview is over because the Young Bucks did not answer the door. And then out of nowhere, Young Bucks opened the door, super kick party to Alex Marvez. And that is basically what happened. It was just a little quick thing. It could have left off AEW Dynamite's best moments for this week, but I just put it on because just look at that setup. But it could have been left off. It's pretty good moment, I guess. But yeah, super kick party to Alex Marvez backstage. Just gives kind of shades / kind of vibes to when Shawn Michaels gave a super kick to a staff member, which ended up being Ty Dillinger backstage in WWE. I think it was in 2006. So yeah, that was just a quick little thing that happened backstage. Let's get into the next AEW Dynamite's best moment. Up next, there's no one in the ring except for him and Matt Hardy, but it was Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. They were gonna announce who the best man is, and then Brian Pillman Jr. came out, and Kip Sabian just said, "You're not the best man," and all that. And then I think he said it was Brian Pillman Jr.'s birthday, and then after he said, "I hope you have a terrible birthday," and all that. Obviously, since Kip Sabian's a heel, means bad guy, and just like, yeah, and then before Brian Pillman Jr. came out another guy, which he thought he was the best man too, but Kip Sabian said, "You're not the best man, get out of here." And then obviously Brian Pillman Jr. came out, and Kip Sabian said, "You're not the best man." And then Kip Sabian said one more time, "The best man is," and then we turned around to see it was Miro. Or like I was trying to say before I got called by someone, Miro, aka Rusev, came out. He ended up being the best man. And then he came down to the ring. Let me just get Miro right here. He came out to the ring. And he had a little segment with Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. I don't really know what he said, but yeah. Miro, aka Rusev, I think he announced that he was going to retire from wrestling, but he fooled us. Like normally, wrestling sometimes fools us, which I didn't see this coming. So, Miro, aka Rusev, is all elite now, and he is the best man for keep saving it, putting it before. Let's get on to the next AEW Dynamite best moments. The next AEW Dynamite best moment. I could probably leave this off, but I decided to put it just because Chris Jericho's Le Champion, and it was not a bad match. It was a pretty decent match. It was the Demo God / Le former champion Chris Jericho and his tag team partner, or his partner from the Inner Circle, Jake Hager. So Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. They had their match. I've said it was a pretty decent match, which it was. Towards the end, Chris Jericho, he came out with the fire extinguisher. He hit I think it was Sonny Kiss with the fire extinguisher, or he sprayed her, and Jericho just fell. That's awesome. But you know what I mean. He hit her with the fire extinguisher, and then she fell off the top rope. She was on the top rope when Jericho hit her with the fire extinguisher, or he sprayed it on her. And then I think Jake Hager came and hit her with a clothesline, or hit her with a finisher, with his finisher for the 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager end up winning this pretty decent match. Alright, so up next on AEW Dynamite's best moments is supposed to be MJF and supposed to be Warlord. That's obviously Kevin Nash / Diesel. I couldn't really find anyone that was taller than The Miz, so I went with Kevin Nash / Diesel. But it's supposed to be Warlord and it's supposed to be MJF. Obviously, MJF, he was mad after he lost his AEW World Championship opportunity. Because obviously AEW All Out, he fought Jon Moxley in an AEW Championship match where MJF ended up losing. So I'm not going to explain how he lost because I already made a video on it. Check it out if you haven't already. It's in the AEW All Out 2020 pay-per-view review. So check it out if you haven't already. So MJF, he was mad. He's thrown out everyone in the room. All of the hashtag MJF 2020 candidate peoples. He threw them out, and then Wardlow, he came, turned his back to or he turned around and looked at MJF. I thought it was gonna be a turn from Wardlow, but no. MJF, he came out and said, "You have a problem," and then all of that. So heelish type stuff, and then Wardlow ended up saying no and all that. I'm not gonna explain it too much because it wasn't such a big moment, but this was pretty. I just said it's not a pretty big moment, but it kind of was. I thought Wardlow was gonna turn on MJF, but it actually didn't end up happening. So yeah. I just ended up putting this on because I thought that was a pretty big moment, I guess. The next thing on AEW Dynamite's best moments for tonight, and Moxley just fell, is basically Jon Moxley. I thought he was going to actually come out to the ring and talk, but he didn't. He was just there with a little he just talked into the camera when he was just backstage or something. So Moxley came out saying just Lance Archer, he's a big threat and all that, and how being AEW World Champion is not easy and all that. So just a quick little segment backstage with Jon Moxley. It was very short. He just said Lance Archer is Jon Moxley's next challenge and all that he's not afraid of Lance Archer, and being AEW World Champion is not easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. So Jon Moxley versus Lance Archer. I'm guessing it's happening at AEW Full Gear. So that's a quick little segment from Jon Moxley right there. And finally, getting into the main event, it was supposed to be TNT Champion. That's supposed to be TNT Champion Mr. Brody Lee. And he was versus Dustin Rhodes. And obviously Dustin Rhodes, he needed to win because he needed to get revenge from his brother Cody after what happened, I think, 2 weeks ago in the AEW Dynamite, where Mr. Brody Lee defeated Cody in 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So yeah, this match between Cody and the next match is a match between supposed to be TNT Champion Mr. Brody Lee versus Dustin Rhodes. And I could definitely say that this match between Dustin and Mr. Brody Lee was longer than the match 2 weeks ago between Mr. Brody Lee and Cody, where Mr. Brody Lee defeated Cody. The match between Mr. Brody Lee and Cody lasted 4 minutes, and this match between Dustin and Mr. Brody Lee lasted about 12 or 13 minutes. This match was pretty good. The match started when they both came to the crowd area where the crowd was, or not where the crowd was, around where where the cement is and all that, where where the AEW staff is and how they're supposed to be the crowd around that area. And then they came back to the ring. They had their wrestling match. And this match was pretty solid. It was pretty decent. The match came to an end when Mr. Brody hit Dustin Rhodes with 2 super kicks and then with a clothesline. I forgot what it's called. His finisher, basically like the lariat or something, whatever it's called. When Mr. Brody hit Dustin Rhodes with the lariat, I really forgot what it's called, so I'm so sorry. And then he picked up the victory for the 1, 2, 3. Mr. Brody ended up retaining the TNT Championship. And then up next, it was Cody Rhodes with a huge announcement. So let's get on to that right now on the final part of AEW Dynamite's best moments. All right, so up next, Cody. He had a huge announcement. This was after AEW Dynamite. He just said that there was gonna be a huge announcement, and this is the huge announcement right here. I made a video on the channel. Check it out if you haven't already. It was on his big announcement for the new show, Go Big. This is basically a show where like it's kind of a competition show where you have to do like all these tricks and all that. It's called Go Big. I don't really remember what it's all about, but I just know Snoop Dogg is one of the hosts and all that, or I think he's one of the judges, not the host. So yeah, Cody and Snoop Dogg and another person is one of the judges, and the host is this other person that I forgot the name of. So yeah, Cody Rhodes has just announced this new show for AEW called Go Big. I don't know if it's a show for AEW. I just know it's a random show, or it's not a random show, but just a show called Go Big. So yeah, please subscribe. Put your comments down below on this on tonight's AEW Dynamite. Was it pretty good? Was it pretty bad? I could have definitely left off some moments like the Young Bucks super kicking Alex Marvez and like the Jericho moments and all that. But just please subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.